Yesterday, in a 13-inning marathon, Mark Trumbo hit his fourth career walk-off home run to give the Angels their first series sweep of the season. Tonight, the Texas Rangers come into town on a roll of their own as their bats are starting to heat up. Both teams trying to get the upper hand in the American League West. Rangers and Angels is next. Halos with their first three-game winning streak of the year, sweeping the Detroit Tigers today. The tough homestand continues. The Texas Rangers roll into town tonight for the first of three. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A, and alongside my partner Mark Gubicza, I'm Victor Rojas, and we welcome you back to Angels baseball here at Fox Sports West. And we mentioned yesterday a capper, 13th inning marathon, and Mark Trumbo picked up his fourth career walk-off home run, and he's had one against the Texas Rangers before, and you like that as far as keeping the momentum going for this ball club.
No question about it, Victor. He's been swinging the bat exceptionally well. That's why you see him moving up a little bit in the order for Mike Scioscia. But what he did yesterday, he got a pitch that he can drive. He was actually looking for a 3-1 changeup. I even talked to him earlier today. He said he didn't really see it real well. The pitch came into the zone where he was swinging, and boy, did he be able to come through with a big home run there. Again, you mentioned a fourth career walk-off home run for Mark Trumbo. So not only did he get the big hits and he's been consistent, he gets those ones that mean so much, and he had a good swing there, and hopefully he continues against the Rangers today.
Now, you alluded to it, Mark Trumbo moving up. He is the cleanup hitter tonight, and that means that Josh Hamilton has been dropped down to the fifth spot in the order. How much of an impact does that have on him and the team?
I think it lets him relax a little bit, Victor. I mean, in the fourth spot, he's there protecting Albert Pujols. Now, Mark Trumbo moves up in that spot, and Josh Hamilton go back and relax. He's had tremendous numbers throughout his entire career, especially as a member of the Texas Rangers. So he has home run type power. He has the ability to get on base and drive in runs. Now with the ability to see the ball better in that fifth spot and relax. I look for him to put up some numbers here, not only tonight, but this entire series.
Well, the Rangers are rolling. They just coming off a sweep of the Seattle Mariners at home to start this road trip. They take on the Angels and Joe Blanton. They will counter with the left-hander Derek Holland towing the slab for Ron Washington. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by Hyundai. Let's Go sales event now through April 30th. By Jack in the Box, the Chipotle Chicken Club Combo is back for a limited time at Jack in the Box. And by Corona, who invite you to find your beach.
Check availability at 1-800-PIC-AT&T. Rethink possible. And by CarMax, start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. Gorgeous but cool night here at the Big A. Game one of this three-game set between your Angels and the visiting Texas Rangers. First visit of the season for Texas here to the Big A, and this will actually be the last meeting between these two teams till the end of July. They met earlier this year, just about 3 weeks ago in Texas, and the Rangers took 2 of 3 in that one. That was included, of course, the Rangers home opener. The Halos come into this one with a 7-10 mark. Ron Washington and the Rangers roll in with a 12-6 record, sitting atop the American League West. This is the lineup that Ron Washington will run out there. Ian Kinsler will lead things off at second base. Elvis Andrus is the shortstop. Lance Berkman's been swinging the bat well. He's a DH. Adrian Beltre at third base. A.J. Przynski's doing the catching. Nelson Cruz in right. David Murphy's in left. Mitch Moreland gets us started first. And Leonis Martin will bat ninth and play center field, taking on Joe Blanton. And as you can tell, the Angels have been wearing those alternate red tops. Kentucky Joe's going with the home whites tonight.
He's going for deception. The baseball out of that white jersey more difficult to be able to pick up for Joe. And the big thing for Joe Blanton right now for me today is be able to throw some pitches out of the strike zone. And you don't generally say that too often with a pitcher, but he's around the strike zone so much that the hitters are gearing for a strike. Every once in a while, you want to let one go and make them move their feet at the plate.
Take a look at the defense behind Blanton tonight for the Angels. Mike Trout is in left. Peter Borges is in center. Josh Hamilton is in right. The infield has Luis Jimenez, Brendan Harris, Howie Kendrick, and Mark Trumbo around from third to first. And Chris Iannetta is doing the catching.
And Chris Iannetta behind the plate. That's his job tonight, to be able to work the corners with Joe Blanton, keep him focused, and when there's a chance to throw a pitch out of the strike zone, make sure he gets that pitch out of the zone and make the hitters uncomfortable tonight.
Yeah, Chris didn't get the start yesterday, but did come into the ball game late as a pinch hitter and stayed in defensively. Jerome Williams picked up the win in relief. Mark Trumbo, of course, with that walk-off home run, his 4th home run as an Angel in a short amount of time. And considering when you've got Tim Salmon had 6 throughout his career, and then Brian Downing had 5, Mark Trumbo is already on the heels of those two.
There for the dramatic, no question about it, for Mark Trumbo.
Blanton did not face Texas in that 3-game set down at the ballpark in Arlington. First meeting between Blanton and Texas this year. And Ian Kinsler set to lead things off. Kinsler hitting .303, has 5 home runs, 12 runs batted in, with double, no triples, 19 career home runs against the Angels.
And a lot of those are fastballs in the inner half again, so force him to hit the ball the other way.
First one tonight is a breaking ball that drops in for a strike. Blanton had to start against the Twins on the 15th. Lasted 4 2/3, his shortest outing of the year. Allowed 9 hits, 4 runs. It's down and away. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and the walks aren't the issue for Blanton. The home runs have been, though. Gave up 3 home runs against the Reds in his first start, 1 against Oakland and 2 against the Twins last week. This one chopped toward the middle, and that's a base hit. Leadoff man is on board. Take a look at our Hyundai key to the game for tonight.
They're going a little old school. Rolling Stones, waiting on a friend. Josh Hamilton against his former team. See if he's more relaxed. His last game down in Arlington, much better, more improved as far as relaxing, letting his hands go through the baseball with 3 hits. Looks like moving down in the lineup, letting him relax a little bit more and be able to carry the club from that 5th spot in the lineup.
Elvis Andrus steps to the plate, the shortstop. Snapped an 0 for 13 yesterday. Mentioned Texas swept the Seattle Mariners down in Texas. First one's down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Andrus has been struggling offensively, hitting just .197. There's a couple of triples, 7 runs batted in. And he likes to run against the Angels when he gets on base. 23 for 26 in his career in the stolen base category against the Halos. Blanton checks it on Kinsler. Texas has 9 stolen bases, as a team. That's 6th in the American League.
Andrus hitting the 2 double plays. Majority of the ground balls he hits is going to be towards second base, so he'll be able to Howie to be able to turn that quick release to shortstop. Brendan Harris.
Pretty close on the pickoff throw. Quick tag by Trumbo. Kinsler, 2 stolen bases, has been caught once.
Blanton has very quick feet in a short throwing motion to first base. Very difficult to steal against. Definitely Ron Washington likes to utilize a hit and run, and Andrews is the guy that can hit the ball the other way on the ground.
One ball, one strike. Beltre, Kinsler, and Murphy, and even A.J. Pierzynski, four guys that have had some extensive experience against Joe Blanton. Beltre for sure, 48 at-bats in his career, 271 hitter against him. Beltre, the cleanup hitter for Texas.
Real close. Quick tag by Mark Trumbo. It's great footwork by Joe Blanton. Just get the hand in that. As a base runner, you want to go to the back part of the base. It's a longer tag for a first baseman. If you go towards the front of the base, there's a good chance that Trumbo tags him out.
Good lead for Kinsler yet again over at first. 1-1, line to left. Fastball that was up. Kinsler will round second and stay right there. So the first two have reached for the Rangers on a couple of singles. That'll bring up Berkman. Berkman signing as a free agent in the offseason. 4-game hitting streak going for him, hitting .378, has a home run, 10 runs batted in. .385 average from the left side this year. 39 at-bats, only 6 ABs from the right side. The first one's low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Joe's got to vary his look at second base. Kinsler's a guy that likes to be able to try to time a pitcher, get a running start, to be able to steal third.
Off-speed pitch is in there. Evens the count up at 1-1. Berkman 2 seasons ago with the Cardinals, 31 home runs, 94 runs batted in. 37 years of age, just played 32 games with the Cardinals last year. Nagging injuries. Kinsler at second and Andrews at first. Nobody out here in the first inning. Just inside. 2 balls and a strike.
Of late, the Angels have done a real good job on the mound as far as having quick first innings. At least limiting their opponents to a runner or two. But this is an important inning for Joe Blanton.
Off speed is fouled off. And already tonight, more off speed pitches from Blanton, both with the big curveball and the changeup.
I've been there before where you give up a couple hits to start the game, and your thought process right now is, I'm going to try to keep something down, hopefully get a ground ball, get it at somebody, maybe be able to get 2 with it, but at the very least get an out.
Down the dirt. A full count now with Beltre on deck.
A lot of times you'll see managers be aggressive, and Ron Washington certainly is very aggressive with this, but you have to have a lot of trust in Berkman to make contact. If Joe Blanton can get a swing and miss, you can get a double play, strike him out, throw him out at third base.
Runners don't go. The 3-2's fouled back. Pitches thrown by Joe Blanton, 7 for strikes. Kinsler with a base hit up the middle. Andrews with a base hit the left. And both of those base hits coming on the fastball. Another payoff pitch, bouncer to first. Trumbo's got it. Feeds Harris for 1, relay to first, and it gets away from Blanton. Kinsler's going to score, and it's 1-0 Texas.
Well, it looked like they had that double play, which Blanton needed. It's a good throw from Trumbo to Harris at second, but it looked like Joe Blanton had got his feet tangled up as far as his footwork at the base. A lot of times as a pitcher, you get to the base first, then you look out and reach out and try to make the play. But good feed from Trumbo. The throw from Harris. And the footwork not there for Blanton as he's trying to find the base first and foremost. And then unable to make the play. Hard slide by Andrus. But then the ball gets away and Kinzer able to score the first run of the game.
Halos has done a pretty good job of late of not giving runs up, giving them away. Blanton gets charged with the error as Berkman reaches on the fielder's choice.
Again, it's a pitcher. You get to the base, you look at it at second base for the throw to be coming at you, and then you stretch out. But when you have 2 feet towards the base, then you could get stepped on, which may have been close to what happened there at first base.
So instead of 2 outs and a man at third base, 1 out, 1 run in, and Berkman's over at first. Adrian Beltre steps up. Hitting .224 with 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. His third yesterday. 349th of his career. In the air to right. Not hit very deep. Hamilton comes in. Berkman back to first base, 2 away.
Well, you still love Brzezinski here.
Yeah, fan favorite. A.J. Brzezinski announced here. First year as a member of the Rangers after 8 seasons with the White Sox. Career high 27 home runs last year. Hitting .302 this season. Swings at the first one, bounces it over to Kendrick. The inning comes to an end, but Texas scores a run on a couple of hits. 1 error, 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Borges, Chon, and Pujols coming up down 1-0. By Joe Blanton allowed a run to come in, so he'll play, and the Angels will also play from behind. This is Mike Scioscia starting 9 for tonight's ball game. Peter Borges back in that leadoff spot. Mike Trout at left. Albert Pujols at DH. Mark Trumbo jumps up to the cleanup spot. Josh Hamilton drops down, I should say, to the 5-hole. Howie Kendrick at second. Brendan Harris at shortstop. Chris Iannetta doing the catching. Luis Jimenez batting 9th and playing third base. Taking on the 26-year-old left-hander, native of Ohio, by the name of Derek Holland.
Derek Holland, real good fastball, 91 to 95. Has a good slider, curveball, and a changeup. Throwing a lot more changeups and sliders this year than he has in the past, where he was more of a fastball, curveball type pitcher.
He's off to a terrific start. 3 starts, a 1-1 mark, a 1.64 ERA, 15 strikeouts and 4 walks. The first one to Borges is just off the plate for ball 1. Peter went 1 for 4 yesterday. Hitting .302, a couple of home runs, 7 runs batted in. He's ahead of the count at 2 balls and no strikes.
A couple of pretty close pitches that look like Derek Holland won it. And that's the thing what you have to do against Derek Holland. Make him uncomfortable on the mound.
3-0 now.
He's a high energy guy. He can work some walks, force him to field his position, maybe steal a base or two, disrupt him because he's that good when he gets on a roll.
There's a strike, 3-1. The Angels have been swinging the bats better of late. They are tops in the American League at batting average of 280. 4th in on base percentage, 5th in slugging. Borgia slices it foul. It's a full count.
Derek Holland on the road career-wise 18-16 with an ERA 3.99, but at home 22-14 with an ERA over 5. So much more effective on the road.
Payoff pitch on the way, and that's driven out towards center field. Martin was playing shallow, but he's got a beat on this one. And he'll track it down for the first out. Let's check out the Rangers defensively behind Holland. We've got Murphy, Martin, and Cruz in the outfield from left to right. Beltre, Andrews, Kinsler, and Moreland from third to first. Przinski's doing the catching.
And when Derek Holland is on his game, he's going to get some ground ball outs. And Elvis Andrews has been playing very well at shortstop this year. No errors committed. Last year, 16. The year before, 25. So the improvement to go on with that athleticism at shortstop for Elvis Andrews.
Yeah, just 7 errors for this Rangers team. 3 by Beltre, 3 by Kinsler, 1 by Cruz. As Trout looks at a strike. Job with a 7-game hitting streak. 2 for 6 yesterday. Scored a run at a couple of stolen bases, hitting .307 now. 11 runs batted in. Count even up at a ball and a strike. Halos will have their hands full from a pitching standpoint with Texas in town. They are tops in the American League and team ERA at 2.68. This one back up the middle, may have grazed off of Holland. Kinsler was shading him that way. 2 down.
Well, Kinsler plays almost right behind the pitcher. It seems to be every batter. He's always in position to make that play up the middle, and that ball was right by Derek Holland. And the follow through. Kinsler behind him makes the play. Trout with real good numbers against Holland. You can see why with that swing, but unfortunately not getting a hit out of it.
Texas will overshift 3 infielders on the left side. Beltre guarding the line. Albert steps in. And you look at a strike. Initially, Pujols was credited with a double yesterday, which would have made him 1 for 4. A couple of runs batted in. That was taken away. Scoring change. So Albert hitting .302 now on the season. Still with 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, 5 doubles on the year. One from Holland. Off speed. Check swing. No, he went around. Home plate umpire Jim Reynolds rings him up.
That's what you're seeing a little bit more out of Holland. Off speed pitches, slower pitches to go along with that 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Now the 1-2. Just got a piece of that pitch. Hard breaking ball down and in.
I remember a couple years ago, Nolan Ryan decided he didn't want to trade Derek Holland away. There was talk about Roy Halladay going from Toronto to Texas. Nolan Ryan was adamant about not letting Derek Holland go, and he had a good run a couple years ago through the postseason. Powerful arm from the left side. I mentioned throwing 95 miles an hour. Still young, still figuring out the game.
Still at the ball on 2 strikes. It's a rotation. It's taken some hits too for Texas. Matt Harrison is going to be on the shelf after having had back surgery. They've got Colby Lewis on the shelf. Neftali Feliz as well.
They have some good young arms, although they've been able to offset some of those key injuries. You mentioned those injuries. It's difficult to miss those guys.
1-2 pulled foul into the dugout.
Tell you what, you got to give Pujols a lot of credit. He's out there playing, that foot still sore. Fouls went off here in the bat already. You would never know that he's going to go out and battle.
And they got him with the off-speed pitch. Brzezinski will apply the tag, and Holland has himself a shutdown inning. We're through one. Texas leads at 1-0. Now with a one-game lead over Oakland. Oakland dropped one tonight against the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. The Angels at the start of the day 4.5 back. Seattle and Houston are battling it out down in Houston. King Felix got that start for the Mariners. Seattle's leading the Astros 7-0. Cruz, Murphy, Moreland for Texas here in the second. Breaking ball is just outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Nelson Cruz 2 for 4 yesterday with a grand slam. 4 runs batted in, of course. A .290 batting average. 3 home runs on the season. 10 RBIs overall. And there's that off-speed pitch, which if you're not going to move feet, you better get these guys off the fastball.
Well, nice job as far as changing speeds there. That's a good changeup. Sinking action against Cruz, who's guessing fastball. He's a fastball hitter, especially inside. Then he backed it up with another changeup.
Throw another one.
Until he proves he can hit it, stay with it. Sometimes as a pitcher, you try to outthink yourself out there. Just see what the hitter's doing against you.
Breaking ball. Bland wanted the corner. And here in the early going, Jim Reynolds not showing that he's going to give the corners as of yet. Derek Holland also had some pretty close pitches to Borges.
That side of the plate you're not getting.
Ground ball to short. And Harris has got it. 1 away.
Got him with that changeup again. So 3 of the 4 pitches, changeups.
Almost like he jammed him a little bit, like you got Cruz thinking about it, but thinking about it away.
Exactly, and that's the thing. A changeup, I've always believed, outside of the fastball, the changeup is the second best pitch you can throw because you can change speeds with your changeup. You can get hitters out in front because they think bad fastball, but they get themselves out leaning forward because their eyes get big, think they're going to get it, but the speed of the pitch itself gets you out.
David Murphy with a 1 ball, no strike count. Left fielder looks at a strike. He's 4 for his last 18 to raise his batting average to 172. A couple of home runs, 6 RBIs. 2 balls and 1 strike, and as you can tell, Joe Bland doesn't waste a whole lot of time. Holland doesn't waste a whole lot of time.
Better defense behind you when you work quickly.
Breaking pitch, line to right, a base hit, down and in. That's right, David Murphy's wheelhouse.
You can tell by his swing, avoid anything on the inner half. Unless you're going up and in with a fastball, he's going to hit anything in that inner part of the plate hard, which he did there for a base hit. The hips generally open up for David Murphy on the inner half of the plate. And still able to get through the baseball. Good part of the bat on that baseball into right field. He's definitely a pull hitter. All his power is to right field.
So 1 out, 1 on, and here's Moreland, the first baseman. Hitting 164, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. It's that fastball downstairs.
Another hitter that prefers pitches on the inner half. Majority of his power middle in to inside. All speed or fastballs in.
Ground ball to the left side. Jimenez can't get it. It sneaks into left field, a base hit. Murphy will stop at second. Harris was shading Moreland toward the middle. So 2 guys have been struggling offensively. Both get knocks here with 1 out. Will bring up Martin.
Off the end of the bat too. Good pitch from Blanton. Fooled him. But Moreland still, you can see the hips open up. This bait made enough contact to get it through the defense with Brandon Harris playing Moreland up the middle. And just past Jimenez, who's caught just about anything hit his way at third base.
Breaking ball is outside on Martin. 25-year-old native of Cuba. Defected in 2010, signed with Texas. Getting 242. A home run, 1 RBI, has a triple. Lines this one to left field, and that's a base hit, and that's going to bring home a run. Trout gets the ball to third base, and it's 2-0 Texas. 3 straight hits by the bottom 3 guys in the order.
And this looked like a fastball away, and Martin hits it well to left field. And you have a strike throw out there in Joe Blanton. He just stayed right with the pitch. That's a pretty good piece of hitting from Martin. He stayed with it, kept his head still. Base hit in the left field. And an RBI. Already 5 hits in the game for Texas.
Texas has batted around already through the first inning and a third. Kinsler swings and bounces one to Jimenez. He'll touch the bag and throw across the diamond. And it's an inning-ending double play. Texas gets a run on 3 hits. We'll head to the bottom of the second. They lead it 2-0. Derek Holland to face Trumbo, Hamilton, and Kendrick. A couple of runs on 5 hits Blandon allowed. Trumbo batting in that cleanup spot. He's got himself a 5-game hitting streak. 1 for 4 yesterday, and he made his 1 count. Second home run of the season, a walk-off home run off Phil Koch in 329. 6 doubles, 9 runs batted in. Swing and a miss on the off speed.
That's the pitch he hit out. 3-1 changeup. Holland starts him off with a changeup. This one out of the strike zone though.
Trumbo 8 for 28 in his career against Holland with a couple of home runs.
Derek Holland has allowed 79 career home runs to right-handed batters, only 8 home runs to left-handed batters.
Bouncer to third. Beltre has it. Low throw. Moreland digs it out. 1 away.
Time to take a look at our AT&T Uverse rewind from yesterday's dramatic walk-off win for the Angels. Mark Trumbo gets that 3-1 changeup and crushes it out, completing the sweep against the Detroit Tigers. His 4th career walk-off home run for Mark Trumbo in yesterday's game. Bottom of the 13th walk-off piece.
Here's Hamilton with 1 out, nobody on. 4 up and 4 down for Derek Holland. This one back off of Holland. He will pick it up, fire to first, and safe at first base, an infield base hit.
I'll tell you what, that was a good play by Derek Holland. That ball right off his leg and was hit firm. It bounced off the mound. Good throw to first. And Hamilton with that speed, it's an infield hit. Right up there, one hopper off his thigh that bounced off the mound. Did not panic, and a good throw to first. Mitch Moreland pretty good with that glove. The previous batter scoops it. This one too. Just got the toe on the base before the ball went in the glove for an infield hit for Hamilton.
Josh had gone hitless in the last 2 games. Picks up a knock here to start the second. Get Holland working from the stretch for the first time. And Howie Kendrick comes up. Howie's had good numbers in his career against Holland.
He had 341 with 2 home runs and 10 RBI.
Howie had a 1 for 5 game yesterday. 258 on the year, a home run, 8 runs batted in. 1 double, 1 triple, which is odd for Howie, a guy that likes to drive the ball to the alley.
Yeah, this would play right into his swing, Holland.
Two balls, no strikes.
Now from this angle, you can see that Derek Holland slows down his delivery on an off-speed pitch. Now it's a little bit different from up here as compared in the batter's box. But it's something as a hitter you look, whether you're on the on-deck circle or in that dugout, to be able to help your hitter out at the plate.
Two and one. It's the second time that Holland has faced the Angels this season. Rangers home opener on April the 5th. He went 7 innings, allowed 2 runs on 6 hits, struck out 5 and walked 1 and got the no decision. Taylor's dropped that game. Hamilton over at first base. Like a cross up there.
And that looked like it might have been close to a strike.
You know what? I think you're right. It looked like Jim Reynolds wanted to call it a strike.
He was getting ready to move that arm up to call a strike.
No, he just whiffed on it. That's it.
There's no question that probably got the bottom part of the strike zone.
Yeah, it looked like a little hesitation there by Reynolds. It's 3 balls at his strike. Brendan Harris on deck. 2-0 Texas here in the second. And he walked him. So 2 on with an out.
And there's not many opportunities during the course of the game where Derek Holland gets out of rhythm. And it looks like right now, after that play off his leg, it had to bounce off the mound and make a throw, unable to get the out, and all of a sudden a walk. You have to take advantage of this now if you're Brendan Harris and the Angels.
Harris has himself a 5-game hitting streak after going 2 for 4 yesterday. 308, has a home run and 4 RBIs.
Brendan Harris, a .345 career hitter against the Rangers.
Big hole on the left side with Andrews trying to keep Hamilton close to the bag at second. And it's 1-0. Holland came into this ball game third in the American League in ERA at 164, fifth in opponent's batting average against, fewest walks per 9. Fouled it back. He's going to be around the strike zone with all of his pitches. And you've seen that gradual maturation process for Holland at the major league level. From a hyper, good stuff, but erratic around the strike zone guy to more focused and locked in. And he's really devastating from the left side.
He's really calmed himself down. You're right, Victor, about that.
One on the way. Inside, 2 balls and a strike.
And Holland does everything pretty well, too, as far as fielding his position. We saw how he was able to bounce off the mound after that ground ball off his leg. Last season, 5 pickoffs. This year, 1, and that was against the Angels when he picked up Callaspo at second base. So Josh Hamilton has to be aware of that, especially with Kinzer right around the base to begin with.
Pitched in 29 games last year, made 27 starts. The 2-1. A strike on the inside corner. Harris doesn't like it. And it's 2-2.
So now, as a pitcher, you realize that's the part of the plate where Reynolds will call the strike, that part of the corner. And that baseball it was off the corner. Way against the right-hander, he's not calling that pitch.
Hamilton standing at second, Kendrick at first. The Angels down 2-0 here in the second. Just got a piece of it, fouled it. Keeps his at-bat alive.
Pretty good job just to stay alive. Good point there, Victor. Just fouling that tough breaking pitch. Especially a hitter like Brendan Harris, you're up there to make contact. You're choking up on the bat. You're looking for a mistake and try to fight off those tough pitcher's pitches.
Chris Iannetta's on deck. Hamilton's an infield base hit, then Kendrick drew the walk with 1 out. This one looped out to shallow center field. It's going to hang up for Martin. 2 outs. Both base runners head back to their respective bags. And it'll be up to Iannetta trying to cut the deficit in half, if not do more.
Pretty good read by Martin in center. It looked like initially off the bat it had a chance of falling in front of him. But quickly read that ball was not exactly crushed. Comes in and makes it look routine. Got good speed out in center field.
So 2 outs now. Runner still at first and second. Iannetta at the plate. Mentioned he did not get to start yesterday. Came on as a pinch hitter. Went 0 for 1. I think 271. Has a couple of home runs, couple of doubles, 6 RBIs. Chris 3 for 7 against Holland, including a home run. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Wait a minute, Chris is hitting the ball well. He's hitting the ball well to right center field, and there's a big gap now in right center field for him.
Iannetta went 2 for 3 against Holland in that April 5th game, including that home run. One L is fouled back. Good hack by Chris there on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball.
After that fastball and that swing, you see Holland throwing a changeup now. Bad feeling when you think you throw a good fastball and the hitter's right on it.
Beltre deep at third and toward the line. Down and in with that breaking pitch, 1-2. Shuffle through the signs again.
A little indecision what pitch they're going to try to finish Chris Iannetta off with. That slider down and in the pitch before you think you go right back with it.
1-2, just got a piece of it. Similar type pitch, a little bit higher in the strike zone.
Yeah, a little bit too much of the strike zone for Brzezinski's perspective behind the plate, but a good one to be able to hit if you're Chris Iannetta. As you're looking for from Chris here, you'd like to see an extra base hit, but any flare into the outfield now, especially when you're behind in the count, 1-2.
And he went around. The Halos get a couple of men on, and they leave them stranded. We're through 2. Texas leads it 2-0.
First inning, Lance Berkman looked to be hitting into a 3-6-1 double play, but Joe Blanton footwork trying to find the base, unable to do so. As a pitcher, you get your foot on the base first and then stretch to be able to make the play. The footwork got Joe. The ball got away for that first run of the game. The Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Elvis Andrus looks at a strike. Texas leading it 2-0. Solo runs in the first and second innings. Andrus 1 for 1 with a base hit to left field. Berkman to follow, then Beltre. 2, 3, and 4 for the Rangers. 12-6 overall record, sitting atop the division. 5 and 4 out on the road this year. This one's punched into right field, a base hit. 6th hit allowed by Blanton. All 6 singles.
Andrus, a .311 career hitter against the Angels. Already 2 hits in the game and a threat to steal a base here too against Joe Blanton.
Mentioned the 23 career stolen bases against the Angels. Andrus has 4 stolen bases this year. Team leader for Texas. Berkman reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning.
Mike Scioscia would love to see Joe Blanton be able to get 6 or 7 innings pitched. You got 7 innings pitched out of your bullpen yesterday. So you need some length out of your starting pitcher.
There is a new reliever out there. Is David Carpenter. Was recalled today as Tommy Hanson, Wednesday's scheduled starter, was placed on the bereavement list. No telling how long Tommy's going to be out. No announcement made if he or someone else is going to make that start on Wednesday. Get the old to be determined. Scheduled to face Yu Darvish on Wednesday. Berkman, first pitch swinging on the off speed. It's 0-1.
A real nice changeup from Blanton there. Now you have an option. If you want to put a pitch out on because you got ahead of the count 0-1. Mike Scioscia's not afraid to use that.
Andrus looks like he's leaning, doesn't go, and Berkman lifts one in the air to right. Playable for Hamilton. 1 away. Hey, groups of 20 or more can now experience Angel games in a whole new way. The Trout Farm, presented by the Smile Generation, is the official cheering section for outfielder Mike Trout. Groups sitting in this section will receive an exclusive Trout Farm shirt with their purchase. For more information and to purchase tickets, just log on at angels.com/groups. There you go. It's dramatic pause.
Selling it.
So 1 out, 1 on, and here's Beltre with a fly ball to right field, his first time up. Lines one to right field, a base hit. Hamilton comes charging in. Andrews will stop at second.
That's why, as a pitcher, you always want to be backing up just in case that throw gets away at third. Blanton just gets there in time.
So the Rangers in the first 3 innings of this ball game have had at least 2 base runners in each of those frames. And up steps A.J. Pierzynski. Swung at the first pitch in the first and grounded out there in that first inning.
Generally very aggressive on first pitches.
A long time ago, a 3rd round pick by the Minnesota Twins at a high school up in Florida. He'll look at a strike.
He looked like he was determined to take that first pitch just in case it was going to be a changeup, but he took a fastball. Keep an eye on Andrews at second base, though. Blanton, vary your look. Sometimes go quick to home, but other times look 2-3 times back.
In the air to left center. Trout is there. Andrews looks like he's going to tag. It's deep enough to advance Andrews. The throw goes to second. Beltre heads back to first. 2 down.
Good decision by Trout to throw that ball to second base. Beltre has to wait to make sure Andrews is going to go, so he's not going to be as quick going off the base to get into scoring position himself. And you've allowed, because you keep him at first, that force play at second base. Ball was hit well for Pierzynski. Got back, knows he can't throw out Andrews there, but throws behind to second base. Wise decision. Keep that force play in order at second.
So 2 outs, runners at the corners. Nelson Cruz at the plate. First one is in for a strike. Cruz grounded out, leading off the second. He's 0 for 1. Outfield straight around against Cruz. Trumbo holding Beltre on at first. 1-1.
Not getting that call in that outside corner.
And at some point as a pitcher, especially as a starter, you got to make an adjustment, right?
You have to, and even though you don't necessarily want to, because if you're going to be successful, you have to live on that outside part of the plate. But if you're not getting that call, you're going to have to bring it in more so.
This one's fouled back and out of play. 1-2. Good hack there by Cruz on a fastball at 90.
The key always early in the game, if you're a pitcher and you have an umpire that's not giving you the outside corner, try to throw a pitch about a baseball inside that outside part of the plate and then start expanding, because once they commit to swinging, if you're around the strike zone, then you're starting to get the hitter to swing and get themselves out as compared to waiting for the umpire to call that pitch.
Looked like Cruz was tracking that off-speed pitch fairly well. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He threw that exact same pitch, got him the ground out last time. Going to go back inside here to see if we get through the inning.
2-2 fouled back. Another fastball and another big rip by Nelson Cruz.
In a mislocation with that 91. Iannetta was setting up in. See that target, then he has to reach back, and the ball's in the middle of the plate. Fortunately enough for Joe Blanton, he fouled it straight back.
Blanton had 44 pitches so far. Gave up a run in the first inning. He committed an error on a ball that probably should have been a double play off the bat of Lance Burke, but Texas got a run in the second. 2-2. That is just low.
Tried to follow it back in with a changeup again, down and in. It's the time if you have a four-seam fastball or a slider, you try to go away. Don't worry about the fact that you're not getting that pitch on the outside corner, because Cruz wants to swing the bat. Try to get him to chase something away.
Beltre takes off, 3-2. Check swing on the breaking ball. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire, James Hoy. That'll bring up Murphy with the bases loaded.
See if he went on this pitch away. A nice job of holding up. But the decision to go breaking ball away was the right decision for Blanton, but Cruz does not swing at it.
First walk issued by Blanton. They are loaded up for Murphy, pardon me, who singled to right his first time up. Looks at a breaking ball for a strike.
Again, stay away against Murphy. Force him to hit the ball to left field. He is super quick inside.
Trumbo deep at first and near the line. Andrews at third base, Beltre at second, Cruz at first. 1-1. Bouncer to the right side. Howie Kendrick is there. The inning comes to an end. No runs come across as Texas leaves them loaded. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Rangers lead it 2-0.
Two 2-0. A conversation with Mike Butcher and Joe Blanton. Certainly not an issue when not throwing first pitch strikes. 7 straight batters for Joe Blanton. But the thing is, we talked about it even in the pregame show with Tim Salmon. You want to make sure that those hitters are not comfortable at the plate. Make them move their feet.
Luis Jimenez hits a towering shot to center. Playable, however, for Martin. The center fielder's got it. 1 pitch and 1 out as Luis is retired here. Bring up Peter Borges.
Here's tonight's Coors Light. Coming up with the Coors Light Cold Hard Fact with their on-deck batter, Mike Trout. Peter
Stick
Borges,
around.
Definitely.
Stick around for that.
Some good information.
Here's Borges, who hit a fly ball to center field the first. Borges 0 for 1. Beltre in on the grass at third. 1 ball, no strikes. Moreland, the first baseman, off the line and near the cut of the grass. Outfield swung around the opposite way against Peter. 2-0. 38 pitches thrown by Holland. 24 have been strikes. He's got 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit allowed. An infield single by Josh Hamilton. Then ricocheted off Holland.
Boy, back-to-back at bats for Borges. Head of the count 3-0 against Holland. Led off the game before Holland came back, and eventually Borges hit a deep fly to center.
4-pitch walk, and that'll bring up Trout with an out.
And here now is our Coors Light cold hard fact. That is a big one. The reason why most multi-hit games versus an opponent, Trout has had 14 versus the Texas Rangers, the rivals for the Angels. Escobar has had 15 versus the White Sox, and Miguel Cabrera 14 versus the Red Sox. Nick Swisher 14 also.
So Trout steps in. He grounded out to Kinsler in the first. That's 5 straight wide ones. 1 ball, no strikes.
By the way, that cold hard fact was brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
It's a good thing we hung around for that.
Oh,
that was a nugget.
No question. And rocket up the middle. It was caught by Kinsler. The first at bat for Trout. Almost got a base hit to start.
1-0 pitch. 2-0 now. Now Pierzynski's going to go out there and talk things over.
It's one of those things, too. A lot of times when you're playing high school baseball and minor league baseball, even the major leagues, you see a pitcher's thrown 6 straight out of the strike zone. Mike Maddox is going to go out to talk to Derek Holland right now. For me, you're going to get a fastball. If you're Mike Trout, don't worry about taking it. Drive that fastball. Might be your best pitch you're going to get in this sequence.
Texas with solo runs in the first and second. Left him loaded into third. Borges drawing a 1-out walk on 4 pitches. Pujols on deck. Both Andrews and Kinsler with Trout at the plate, cheating in a couple of steps, trying to double play quickly. Ball is hit right to him. I'll check in on Borges at first. Martin, the center fielder, shading Trout the opposite way toward the alley in right center field. Cruz shallow and right. And Murphy straight up and left. (2-0). 3 balls and no strikes. Holland wants to do baseball.
Now I think you take a pitch. 3-0. You got Pujols on deck. More likely you're going to get the same fastball 3-0 as you roll 3-1 to force him to throw you a strike.
Takes a strike as it pops in and out of the glove of Pierzynski.
Well, now these are the positions you want to be in as a hitter. 3-1 count. You got to believe you're getting a fastball. You got great protection behind you in Pujols. So you're going to get a fastball here.
3-1 pitch. A strike, full count. He thought that pitch was down low.
And that's the part of the plate that Reynolds has been calling strikes. That's the bottom part of the strike zone. He will call that area of the plate.
It's a strike, full count.
If you're Borges, you making sure Holland is throwing home before you go. He's got a good pickoff move to first.
1 out here to third. Pujols on deck. Borges doesn't go, and he walks him. So first and second now. 3rd walk of the game by Holland through 2 1/3. I mentioned that had been an issue for him this year. 22 innings of work to start this season at 3 starts, just 4 walks, but he's walked 3 tonight.
Another opportunity for the Angels to get right back in this game. The heart of the order up with Pujols, followed by Trumbo. Pujols has 2 career home runs against Derek Holland.
Beltre deep at third. Pujols struck out in his first inning at bat. There's the first one. That is in there. A breaking pitch. Now Pierzynski's going to go out there and maybe just to talk through the signs, make sure that they're on the same page.
Guy at second base, make sure you know what sign it's going to be he's putting down. From an off-speed pitch to start off.
Halos had runners at first and second with 1 out in the second inning and left him stranded right there. They've got the similar situation here with Great speed on the bases. That's Borges at second. Trout at first. Down 2-0 here in the third. Kinsler playing Pujols almost up the middle near the bag. Broken bat bouncer to third base. Beltre fires to Kinsler for one. Inning-ending double play. Through 3. Texas leads at 2-0. Double play off the bat of Albert Pujols. Angels still trail at 2-0 as we start this fourth inning. Texas will send up 8, 9, and 1 against Joe Blant, Moreland, Martin, and Kinsler. No strikeouts, 1 walk, 7 hits allowed by Joe Blant. Moreland has one of them, a base hit in the second inning. Look at a fastball for a strike.
It's 8 straight batters now for Blanton. That first pitch strike.
Moreland yanks that one foul into the seats. 0-2.
Well, we talk about hitters being comfortable because you have a pitcher throwing a lot of strikes. When you throw a fastball inside on the inside corner and the hitter turns on it like that, that tells you he's comfortable at the plate. You have to make him uncomfortable.
Or don't throw it in that spot again. They come back inside, and that's a base hit to lead things off.
He's already looked in that zone through the at-bat.
Mentioned Jim Reynolds tonight is calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. James Hoy is over at first. John Hirschbeck at second base. And Buck and Bob Davidson over at third. 3 of the 4 innings, Texas has had their leadoff man on board. They've picked up 8 hits tonight, all 8 singles thus far. Martin has a single to left field, so he's 1 for 1. Good speed, so Jimenez plays in on the grass at third. Shows bunt, offers at it, and it's 0-1. Count evened up at a ball and a strike.
Didn't show any sign he was going to bunt in that off that changeup. Gary Pettis, former Angel, third base coach for the Rangers. Into a series of signs here. The bunt's out of the equation now.
This one back toward the middle near the bag. Should be 2. Harris to Trumbo. There it is. 6-3 double play, 2 down. And later on in the ball game, we will give you the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. Talk a little bit about the streaking Brewers. No, they kept their uniforms on.
And they're still swinging the bat right now down in San Diego.
And ailing pitchers.
A lot of pitchers dealing with some injuries, whether it's the elbow. You mentioned Matt Harrison is back. Jared Weaver not that far away from starting to play catch himself after breaking his left elbow falling on the mound.
2 outs, bases clear for Ian Kinsler. Fastball high.
When going back to that play that Joe Blanton put his bare hand up, it's the normal reaction for a pitcher, but that's why you look back to see where your middle infielders are located. Harris was right there.
This one down a line, backhanded by Jimenez across the diamond. The inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. The Angels trailing it 2-0. Series. We're doing it for the entire series. This series between the Angels and the Rangers. Who's the best American League defensive third baseman? Adrian Beltre, Matt Dominguez of the Astros, or Evan Longoria. Hashtags are underneath each of the names. We'll check in on the results today, but we will tally the results of all 3 games.
Tell you what, all 3 can pick it, but Matt Dominguez is a guy that not a lot of people know about, but we saw him in that series here. He was amazing as far as fielding his position.
Mark Trumbo looks at a fastball inside to lead things off here in the 4th. The Angels down 2-0. Trumbo, Hamilton, and Kendrick against Derek Holland, who struck out 2, walked 3, and has allowed 1 hit. Off speed pitch. 2 balls and no strikes.
You see a pretty firm swing right now from Trumbo. He's hoping to get a fastball in the inner half here. Had a couple career home runs against Holland.
Fouled off the fastball.
Take a look at a Chevrolet most career walk-off home runs in Angel history. Tim Salmon with 6. Ryan Downing with 5. Trumbo just behind him, just starting his career already with 4 walk-off home runs. Impressive for Trumbo.
2-1 is fouled down the right field line and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Back-to-back fastballs. Look for a slider now. He's going to probably throw a slider down and in.
Two pitch. Fought off the fastball that was up.
Trumbo likes that fastball up, doesn't he? He has real good power when it's away and up. He hit that ball at the right center field.
Full count. 3-2 off the end of the bat up the first base line, and that trickles foul. Perfect speed for Alfredo Griffin.
Smooth over there. First base Alfredo Griffin.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Halos have worked some deep counts against Holland, just to have not been able to make a whole lot of it. 3-2. That is up and in, and it's a leadoff walk. 4th walk issued tonight. Brings up Hamilton.
Well, you mentioned that in the past, Victor. He's been a victim of his own self at times with the walks, but he's done a great job as far as his first 3 starts of the year. Limited that, but not tonight. Not as consistent with his pitches. Overthrowing some fastballs.
Hamilton with an infield base hit. So he's 1 for 1. 3 infielders on the right side. Josh takes down an in.
Holland's been very good against left-handed batters, but now difficult release point for him. Maybe you're going to see Hamilton jump on one of those mistake fastballs.
One ball, one strike.
Might have got that mistake fastball and he missed it. Just pulled it foul. A couple years ago, Holland would throw, as far as his breaking pitch, whether slider or curveball, a lot more curveballs. But this year he's made the adjustment, a lot more sliders, but he's pulling off on that pitch. That front shoulder's opening up, more difficult to throw strikes with his slider tonight.
2-1. Hamilton breaks his bat, puts it right between Kinsler and Andrews and into right center field. Trumbo will head to third. Talking about perfect placement, splitting the defenders. And the Angels have runners at the corners with nobody out.
It's almost impossible. That's like bowling, trying to get that 7-10 split. Now 2 for 2 in the game for Hamilton. Jams him right between Andrews, who's playing on the second base side, and Kinsler. He stayed through the pitch. Fastball on the inside part of plate. Better coverage for Hamilton against him.
And if they don't overshift, and I guess I understand why they do overshift against Hamilton, that's a one-hopper right to Kinsler, because it's exactly where Kinsler plays the majority of the time.
Every batter right there, as he is right now. Same position. That's a routine play for him normally.
So first and third, nobody out. Trumbo at third, Hamilton at first. Here's Howie, who drew a walk in the second. Slow breaking ball is in for a strike. Little get it over pitch.
The high part of the strike zone on that breaking pitch.
Infield, of course, back at double play depth with nobody out here. Texas leading it 2-0. Oh, 1. Howie shoots from the right field. That's a base hit. That might go all the way to the wall. It does. Trumbo is in. Hamilton is being waved around. Relay from Kinsler. Not in time. It is 2-2 here in the 4th.
Well, we talked about Howie liking to hit against Derek Holland. He comes through in a big way, the right center field. In his second double, now 10 RBI. Fastball up, just a perfect approach at the plate for Howie as he splits the gap in right center field, ties the game up with that swing. So important to have that level swing when it's a fastball away like that. Good approach for Howie once again. 12 RBI in his career versus Derek Holland.
You know, we mentioned in Howie's first plate appearance in that second inning that they were playing shallow in right field, and Martin was shading him that way, almost giving him that alley in right center field. Howie taking advantage of it.
Let's see a bunt right now from Brendan Harris.
Nobody out, a man in scoring position, tied at 2 here in the 4th. Brendan Harris hit a fly ball to shallow center field in the 2nd inning, so he's 0 for 1. Beltre and Moreland, the corner infielders, playing in on the grass. And that gets away from Pierzynski. A wild pitch advances Kendrick over to 3rd.
Second wild pitch of the year for Derek Holland. Still having a tough time commanding his slider tonight. Was so quick. That front shoulder's opening up big time for him on his slider. He's having a tough time commanding that pitch. Now the infield in here for the Rangers.
Two balls and no strikes.
Kind of surprising that they're bringing the infield in, especially the way they've been swinging the bat tonight. 8 hits already for the offense for Ron Washington. It plays in the Angels' hands. It's a flare into the outfield now, or because the infield in, less time to react on a hard hit ground ball also.
Guy you probably won't test, especially as shallow as he's playing, is Nelson Cruz in right field.
Will challenge David Murphy in left. And Martine's got a strong arm. If you force him to go left or right, they will challenge him.
2-0 pitch. Harris grounds one to second base, not going on contact. 1 out. Holland ran that fastball in on the hands. And up steps Chris Iannetta. 2-2 tie here in the 4th.
For a left-handed pitcher, Derek Holland pitches in very effectively. He can break some bats, jam some hitters.
Yeah,
he did that to Pujols for the double play last inning.
Even from the first time he stepped to the big leagues, we saw that from him. Certainly not afraid to pitch inside, with especially in the mid-90s.
And good late lateral movement inside on the hands of right-handed batters.
Infield still in with Iannetta at the plate. Chris struck out to end the 2nd. 1 of 2 strikeouts for Holland. To go with the 4 walks. Good off-speed pitch, and it's 0-1.
Last at bat, Iannetta got a steady diet of sliders down and in. Starts him off with a changeup there.
Texas gets action going in their bullpen as Holland is at 66 pitches. That is line toward left field. Murphy coming on, and he makes the diving catch. The run will come in. The Angels have a 3-2 lead. Sac fly for Chris Iannetta.
Nice job by Howie and Dino Ebel at 3rd. So when that ball was hit, you anticipate potentially not falling into the outfield grass, but you have to be back to be able to tag up on it. Fastball in the inner half, and Howie's going initially down, but the communication with Dino Ebel and Howie to get back to the base, be able to cruise in the 3rd run of the inning after Murphy makes a nice play in left field.
Really nice play by Murphy. 2 outs, bases clear for Luis Jimenez. Luis saw 1 pitch leading off the 3rd, hit a fly ball out to center field. She's 0 for 1.
When we're getting around Major League Baseball that Jimenez doesn't miss fastballs. He got a lot of off-speed pitches yesterday. It's a slider and a changeup so far.
Big rip up that one.
I guess that's why you don't throw him a fastball. 95, he fouled it straight back. That's the one thing, as a young hitter, you're going to have to make adjustments at the major league level, because the scouting reports will get around baseball quickly.
Foul tipped right into the mid of Pierzynski. The inning comes to an end, but the Halos take the lead as they score 3 times through 4. They lead at 3-2. Orioles at 105. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels fedora hat courtesy of Chronic Tacos while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com.
That fedora hat, that's a good look. You can walk around on the road trips with that on.
Didn't you have a recruiting trip to University of Alabama? Doesn't that hat look
Bear
familiar?
Bryant. Yes, it's Bear Bryant's hat.
It's a Bear Bryant fedora.
That was still the biggest thrill of my life, be able to meet Bear Bryant.
Can't wait till you get that fedora here in a couple Saturdays.
There's no question. I'll be wearing that every day.
3-2. Halos lead it here in the 5th. Elvis Andrus looks at a breaking ball. Missing downstairs. Andrus is 2 for 2. A couple of singles, one to left, one to right. Shows bunt. Looks at his strike to even the count. Lance Berkman on deck. Beltre after that. No strikeouts, 1 walk. 8 hits allowed by Joe Blanton. Two and 1. Mena's even with the bag at third as this one's down the line but foul. 2-2 now. That ricochet off that guy's body or the seat.
He's hit well by Andrus. I'm going to try to avoid those baseballs coming in that fast in the stands. Hopefully they're all right.
2-2. Ground ball to third. One away. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Another good play by Jimenez at third base. Sosha really likes what he's seen out of the youngster playing that position. Talked to Jerome Williams about that. He made a couple good plays for him at third yesterday in that game.
Lance Berkman looks at a breaking ball low. I was going to say that it's good to see Callaspo and Ibar for batting practice out on the field.
Yeah, Erica was telling us he's not that far away.
Joked with him about a possible rehab, you know, maybe going out for 5 or 6 games, and he just laughed.
Said no, I'll rehab during a major league game. Make sure I get my swings in up here.
Off speed is in there. 1-2. Go to Arizona and rehab. I'm good.
I'm good. As soon as I'm ready, I'm ready. Don't want to waste those hits down there. There's rehab games. You want to get them at the major league level.
They tried that backdoor curveball, just missed low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Berkman 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and a fly ball to right. Ground ball snagged by Blanton. 2 down. The ball was headed back up the middle into center field for a base hit.
And Joe's one of those pitchers that fields his position very well because he's in good fielding position. When he releases the baseball, he can make a play like this. Lands, good fielding position, puts a glove out there and makes a nice play. It's that all-important second out. A good fielding position, good balance he has when he throws the baseball. It's that ground ball out.
So 2 outs, base is clear for Beltre, who's 1 for 2. This one pulled and off the glove of Jimenez, could not come up with it. That's a fair ball. Beltre rounding first. He'll head to second. To throw from Trout is not in time. A double for Adrian Beltre, his 4th of the year.
2-hit game so far for Beltre. Jimenez almost made the play on that one also. Going in with a fastball, but this fastball stayed middle of the plate and just by Jimenez at third.
A.J. Pierzynski comes up. 2 outs, Beltre in scoring position. A.J.'s 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly ball to left. hit by Beltran, the first extra base hit for Texas today. 8 of the 9 hit going for singles. Halos in the bottom of the inning will have 1, 2, and 3 coming up. Borges, Trout, and Pujols. Back toward the middle. Harris was shading Przinsky that way. And the inning comes to an end. Shutdown inning for Joe Glenn as we head to the bottom of the 5th. 3-2 Angels.
With the Texas Rangers, Tuesday and Wednesday, Oganda and Darvish going for the Rangers. And before we go up to Seattle for a 4-game series and off to Oakland for 3 before Baltimore comes into town for a 4-game series in May.
Halos on the road quite a bit over the next several weeks. Borges looks at a breaking ball for a strike. Borges, Trout, and Pujols against Eric Holland. Peter 0 for 1. Hit a fly ball to center in the first, walked, and was stranded in the third. Holland with 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, 3 hits allowed. This is grounded towards short, backhanded by Andrews. Quick release, and they get Borges by a step for the first out. Nice play by Elvis.
We talked about the improvement at shortstop for Andrews. We highlighted him, but he's able to get Borges, who's going down the line extremely fast. With a strong throwing arm for Andrews, gets him at first base.
So 1 out, nobody on for Mike Trout. 0 for 1 today with a ground ball to second and a walk. On the inside corner, 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Holland, a 25th round pick, 2008 by Texas, out of Wallace State Community College in Alabama. Trout chases the breaking ball. Pierzynski had trouble finding it, but the strikeout is completed. 2 down.
Well, that's pretty good scouting to be able to find somebody in that round and be successful with a power arm like his from the left side. A good hard slider. He's thrown a lot more sliders this season. We talked about that at the beginning part of the game, although it hasn't been as consistent for him. A lot more sliders, hard sliders.
16-game winner in 2011, 12-7 last year. Just a month with shoulder fatigue last season. Here's Albert with 2 outs and the bases clear. 0-1.
He has that fastball inside. He's not afraid to do so. He jammed and broke the bat from Albert Pujols to get a double play back in the 3rd inning on a fastball in.
Holland has had 1-2-3 inning, and that was in the 1st.
The head of the count 0-2 every single batter in this inning.
'81 pitches down thrown by the lefty. Blanton in the 6th inning will face Cruz, Murphy, and Moreland for Texas. And he got him swinging. Another 1-2-3 inning for Holland. Picks up a couple of strikeouts here in the 5th. We're through 5. Angels still lead it by a run.
To talk to Jim Reynolds about something he was seeing during the course of last inning when the Angels were at the bat, and then they went over to discussion. Came over and asked them about something. We don't know exactly what it was, but Mike Scioscia got on the phone just to make sure there's nothing going on as far as maybe seeing a pitch or something like that in center field, or that's what Ron Washington was pointing towards, center field, but it doesn't seem like there's anything in the batter's eye that would be an issue for a hitter.
Nelson Cruz looks at a strike with the Angels up 3-2 here in the 6th. Now, unless there's a out by our old set in straightaway center, that there's some folks milling around there. If there's maybe like a a reflection off of something that maybe guys in the batter's box are complaining about or seeing anyway. But it's pure speculation on our part. 0-2 pitch to Cruz. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nelson is 0 for 1. He grounded out to short in the 2nd, walked into 3rd. No strikeouts, 1 walk, 9 hits allowed by Blanton. This one line to 3rd. Jimenez has it. 1 away.
Once again, Jimenez very busy at 3rd base. Involved in 4 plays already in that position. They're very busy this weekend with the Tigers in town.
Yep. And Cruz out in front, breaking his bat on that changeup. And now officially the longest outing of the year for Joe Blanton at 5 1/3 as David Murphy takes down low.
Well, just looking at my charts right now, 12 ground ball outs in this game for Joe Blanton. Generally known as a fly ball pitcher. Nice job as far as changing speed so far.
I was going to say how much of that has to do with changing the mindset and not being a fastball guy and trying to spot that fastball and going more to the off speed.
Well, I had a long discussion with Mike Butcher about Joe Blanton and what his game plan was going to be as far as to try to keep him in the ballpark, giving up 6 home runs coming into this game. And that was part of the discussion. We talked about making them move their feet, making them uncomfortable, but when you can change speeds and have confidence in that pitch, you can be successful. And becoming more of a guy that if I can pitch to contact early in counts and get ground balls, utilize my defense, I can go deeper into games.
Two-one pitch. Murphy slices one past Jimenez toward the corner. Good speed for Murphy as Trout picks up the carom, but easily gets into second with a double. Third double of the year for Murphy, and a man in scoring position for Texas.
Even though Murphy's hip was opening up there, it was fooled on the pitch. He was able to at least keep the bat deep enough in the strike zone to be able to hit that down the left field line. You don't see that too often from David Murphy as far as utilizing that part of the field.
One out, one on. Mitch Moreland, the batter. He's 2 for 2. Moreland lifts one out to left. Trout moving back on it. On the warning track at the wall. Reaches up, can't get it. Bangs into the fence. Borges will play the carom. Murphy's being waved around to throw to the plate. Not in time. We are tied up at 3.
I hope he's okay. He hit that wall pretty good.
So back-to-back doubles for Texas.
Maybe hit his hip. It's the wall fastball and went with the pitch. Mitch Moreland did. He's drifting back. Just as he got to the wall. And runs into that cement part just above the padding with his hip.
So Martin steps up, still one out. And Moreland standing at second base, tied at 3 now. Martin, a big swing and a miss on the curveball.
Moreland with 3 hits coming into the game was hitting 164.
2 for his last 23. As you pointed out, 3 for 3. To double his second of the season. 0-1 pitch. Down and away. 12th 3-hit game of Moreland's career. Martin had an RBI single in the second inning and rolled into a double play in the 4th. Bouncer to first. Strumbo's got it. He'll take it himself. 2 down. Moreland ends up at third. Back to the top of the order now, Ian Kinsler. Kinsler, the second baseman, is 1 for 3. Singleton scored in the first.
Chris Iannetta going to go out to talk to Joe Blanton as far as what the game plan is going to be against him. You know, early on he looks for something on the inside part of the plate, and he's very quick, even on a fastball up and in. Kinsler is.
Blanton the last 2 times up has gotten Kinsler on the off-speed pitch, getting him out in front and rolling it over to Jimenez. 1 for a double play ball in the second. The other one just a 5-3 put out then the 4th. Go ahead, run at third base. Off speed, in for a strike. Texas with 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They've stranded 6. The Angels 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. They've left 3 on base. 85 pitches thrown by the right-hander. This one's lifted foul and out of play. 0-2 now.
Similar to the Trumbo, Kinsler will chase fastballs up. But if you're going to go fastball up, you have to go away with the pitch. He's very quick inside with a fastball that's elevated.
Hamilton playing very shallow and right. Mitch Moreland, the base runner at third. The 0-2. Reaches for that one and fouls it off behind the dugout. A great one-handed grab by a fan in the seats. Andrus is on deck. Another 0-2 pitch. Check swing. They wanted appeal. Did he go? No, says Jim Zoy. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
See if he was able to check his.
Looked like he checked it. But a good sign that get those type of swings against the off speed. This one's out towards center. Borges is there. And the inning will come to an end, but Texas ties it up on back-to-back one-out doubles. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning, knotted up at 3. No strikeouts, 1 walk, 11 hits allowed. He'll be coming out for the 7th inning, I would imagine. Derek Holland at 82 pitches, the starter for Texas. Has 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, only 3 hits allowed. And he'll face Mark Trumbo to lead things off here in the 6th inning. He'll be followed by Hamilton and then Kendrick. First one's lived up the first base line toward the seats and out of play. 0-1 count on Mark. He was 0 for 1. He grounded out to third in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 4th inning.
Looking to see that Trumbo's seeing the ball well. Just looks comfortable at the plate. The concentration there for him.
The 1 pitch. Swinging through the breaking ball. It's an 0-2 count. Mike Scioscia moving the lineup around a little bit in the middle part of the order. Trumbo jumping up to the cleanup spot. Hamilton dropping down to the 5 hole. Hamilton with a couple of hits tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, that was inside with conviction at 96. Just misses the corner. Or in the strike zone there at 96.
And we've seen Reynolds make that call before. This one down the right field line. Slicing away from Nelson Cruz, and can't make the play.
Looked like it got him almost in the arm. Looked like it was going out of play, but then all of a sudden at the last second worked its way back into play.
I hit him right in the palm of the glove.
And off the body, unable to make the play. Keeping that bat alive for Mark Trumbo. Trumbo has reached base in all 18 games so far this year for the Angels with the walk there in the 4th inning.
Still a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Trumbo leading things off here in the 6th. Oh, it looked like he started his windup, then changed his mind. Derek Lowe was up and loosening a couple of innings ago, but Holland has fixed things. Swinging a miss. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Holland. First out here in the 6th is in the books. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
The comfort zone for Josh Hamilton, waiting on a friend. He's got a couple hits so far, has scored a run, been comfortable at the plate. Mike Scioscia trying to take that pressure away from him, that 4th spot, move him down behind Mark Trumbo. Seems much more relaxed here so far in this game.
Infield base hit for Hamilton and a base hit to center. Swings the first one and just about slices an extra base hit inside the bag, but it's foul for strike 1.
The thing to keep in mind, Derek Holland against left-handed batters, only 125 batting average coming in this game, but Hamilton with 2 hits against him.
One ball, 1 strike. That's interesting. You talk about looking more relaxed, feeling more relaxed. You could take the opposite approach and say, well, you move a guy that's been struggling as much as he has the first couple of weeks of the season. As he nubs this one to the right side, Elvis Andrus with the bare hand can't come up with it. How about a 3-hit game?
That should bring a smile to Josh Hamilton's face working that base hit. He'll take it though. Looks like a line drive in the box score. That's a difficult play for a shortstop to make on this side of the field. Have to come in with the bare hand to try to make a play. It's an unusual play for him. And he's going to be going in a different angle playing shortstop if he's coming in the bare hand as compared to on that side of the infield for him.
Yeah, just to finish my thought on the Hamilton situation is that you could take the flip side and say that a move from that 4th spot or the 3 spot, pardon me, the 4th spot to the 5th spot adds more pressure, meaning he has to answer more questions. Mike Scioscia has to answer more questions. And puts the focus even more squarely on the shoulders of Josh Hamilton. Talking to Tim Salmon after the pregame show, he mentioned one time he had a really bad season and came to the ballpark and saw that his name, Mickey Hatcher, actually stopped him before he got in the clubhouse. He was in the 9th spot in the order. And he had never batted 9th in his career. And you'd just rather have the day off at that point instead of having to answer all of the questions that would have come from batting in the 9th spot, something that obviously is untraditional when it came to Tim Salmon.
Yeah, I mean, as big as Tim has been, he probably never batted 9th even at any level of baseball. But sometimes, yeah, you're going to have those questions asked, but they still want your presence in that lineup. And for me, if a manager has still written your name in there, you have an opportunity to produce.
1-1 pitch. Now he lines one to center field. He picks up his 2nd hit of the ball game. Now he's been on board 3 times with a walk, a 2 RBI double, and now a single.
Well, you talk about 2 great approaches at the plate. This line drive up the middle, and he had a rocket to right center field. His last at bat driving in 2. Some hitters, no matter who the pitcher is on the mound, now what type of stuff, you're just comfortable, and Howie certainly is comfortable against Holland. That inside out gets a good part of the bat on the baseball for a base hit. 16 for 43 now against Holland for Howie Kendrick.
So 2 on and 1 out. Brendan Harris, the batter. Harris has hit a fly ball to center, and he's grounded out to Kinsler. Collins' first one. Swing and a miss, off speed. It's 0-1. The Angels have action going in their bullpen now. Got the right-hander Dane De La Rosa, lefty Michael Roth. There they are. Tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. This one down the right field line. Cruz will run out of room. This one into the seats. 0-2 count. Chris Iannetta's on deck.
They're shading Brandon Harris to hit the ball the other way. Cruz is almost on the right field line. David Murphy well over in left center field.
Hamilton at second, Kendrick at first. Fouled back. Jason Frazier begins to warm up. Holland at 96 pitches. That's in the dirt. Six punch outs, 4 walks for Holland. 5 hits allowed. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. 2 away. Hey folks, on Saturday the Big A will host a memorabilia sale inside the Game 3 courtyard from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Game used jerseys, bats, balls, cleats, and more will be available for purchase. All proceeds benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. For more information, just log on at angels.com/community. So 2 on and 2 outs. Here's Chris Iannetta. Iannetta's 0 for 1. Struck out in the second, had a sac fly in the 4th inning. Picked up his 7th run batted in. Oh and 1. This inning looking similar to the second. First batter retired, and the next 2 reached in Hamilton and Kendrick. Harris struck out here. He hit the fly ball to center in the second base. In the second inning, I should say. It's up and in.
More likely the last batter here for Holland as he got that 100 pitch mark right here early in the season. Iannetta had a good at bat against Holland last one to get that 3rd run across on a sacrifice fly that David Murphy made a nice play in left field on.
2 balls and a strike.
Iannetta very good on the high fastball himself, and his back-to-back pitches for Holland out of the strike zone. Maybe starting to lose command here now.
Evens count up. Chris with a glance back to Jim Reynolds. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Let's see if this pitcher was able to catch the corner before it went out of there. It gets it. It's not where Przinsky catches the baseball, it's where it crosses the plate and caught the corner. I believe he's going to try to throw that slider down and in again.
Here's the 2-2. Down and in. With a fastball there. And it's a full count now. Base runners will get a head start here with 2 outs. Hamilton from second, Kendrick from first. Jimenez is the guy on deck. Texas with solo runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 6th innings. The Angels with 3 in the 4th. Frazier's ready to go in the bullpen for Ron Washington if necessary. The runners take off. The 3-2 is looped to left field. Murphy got a good jump on it. Can't get it. It falls in there. Hamilton will come in to score. Stopping at third is Kendrick. Going to second is Iannetta. The Angels lead it 4-3.
Another nice job by Chris Iannetta coming through with a clutch hit. It's a nice double in there. His third double this season and second RBI of the game.
Ron Washington making the move, it appears, as we get a chance to see that Iannetta reaching for that breaking ball that was up.
That one stayed up, but definitely a sign that the pitcher was starting to lose command and flatten out his slider, and Iannetta made it pay for it.
Got ourselves a pitching change. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning with 2 outs. Derek Holland is done. It'll be Jason Frazier coming on with the Angels leading it 4-3. Angels baseball is brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Kia. Visit your Southern California Kia retailers or mysocalkia.com. Bottom of the sixth inning with 2 outs. Chris Iannetta coming through with an RBI double. Derek Holland a little upset at himself and an opportunity to get out of it. Tied at 3, but elevated that last breaking ball on 104 pitches. Went 5 2/3, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks. Gives way to Jason Frazier. Now in and out, who's in, who's out.
And Frazier fastball 89 to 94. Is a good split finger fastball and a slider.
35-year-old signed a 1-year deal with Texas prior to spring training. Gave up a solo home run to Borges and Pujols on April the 6th. The Angels were in Arlington. Only appearance against the Halos this year. Here's Luis Jimenez. The first one's in for a strike.
One thing you always got to keep an eye on with Frazier, he throws a lot of sliders and split finger fastballs in the dirt. So if you're Howie Kendrick, you got to be prepared to get that good read if it gets away from Pierzynski at the plate.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Frazier, a longtime member of the Toronto Blue Jays, was briefly with the White Sox in 2011. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, right to left, a base hit. Kendrick will score. Being waved around as Iannetta. The throw from Murphy is up the line. A 2 RBI single. 6-3 Halos.
Oh, I just love that energy Jimenez brings to this club. And another clutch hit for him. Driving in two big runs here in the 6th inning. Boy, a slider this was spinning out over the strike zone, and Jimenez, who's been getting a steady diet of all speed pitches of late, gets this slider and It's a rocket in the left field. A slight bobble from David Murphy allows Dino Ebel to send Iannetta home with the run. And Jimenez again, excited energy level.
His first 2 major league runs batted in of his career. A 6-3 Angels lead. Those runs charged to Derek Holland, and the book is now closed on him. Back to the top of the order now, Peter Bourjos. 1 ball, no strikes. Peter today 0 for 2, including a walk into 3rd inning. Frazier's curveball drops in there. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Bourjos, the 7th man to bat here in the 6th inning. This inning started with Trumbo striking out. Hamilton an infield base hit. Kendrick with a base hit to center. Harris struck out. Then Iannetta and Jimenez with back-to-back 2-out hits to bring home 3 runs. Here's the 1-1. Lays off the high fastball.
One of the 5-6 hitters for the Eagles tonight. 5 for 5. 4 runs scored. 3 RBI. Very productive.
That'll leave it a count at 2-2. Both guys that were up and loosening for the Angels, De La Rosa and Roth, are both sitting down now. That could mean 1 of 2 things. Blanton's coming back out for the 7th inning, or the guy who is coming in from the bullpen is just hanging out, waiting to come into the ball game. 2-2 from Frazier. Off the plate, a full count. Trout's on deck.
And when you face the Texas Rangers, you never stop scoring. You got to continue with good approaches at the plate and add on.
Here comes the payoff pitch, and Bourjos shoots from foul down the right field line. Out of play. Another great play by a fan down there.
They're ready. Excited about this series with the Rangers in town.
And he's pimping it.
Yeah, high-fiving.
Why not? He gave you the old Statue of Liberty play.
Yes.
You remember those back in the days when you wore the leather helmets playing football?
No question.
Another 3-2. Bourjos takes a breaking ball inside. He walked him. Mike Maddox
coming out to visit. Trying to get Frazier back into focus.
So 1st and 2nd for Mike Trout with 2 outs here. A 3-run 6th inning for the Angels.
Reynolds trying to get Brzezinski back behind the plate to get the game going.
Trout hitless tonight. 7-game hitting streak that is currently ongoing. He's grounded out, walked, and struck out. One of 7 strikeouts that Derek Holland had this evening. Jimenez the runner at 2nd, Bourjos at 1st. Good speed on the bases. This one's fouled back.
Start him off with a split finger fastball. One thing about Frazier and his slider, it can be good, but at times that flattens out over the plate. And if he throws a slider to the Trout and it stays out over the plate, that baseball is going to get crushed. He's got a very good split finger fastball, and when he's ahead of the count,
0-1 pitch. Right down Broadway. 0-2. Looked like perhaps when you see a hitter, whether it's Trout or anybody else, take a fastball like that, they're looking for that breaking ball.
Exactly. I mean, he throws a lot of sliders, split finger fastballs. He's got a good fastball at times. He can rush it up there in the mid-90s.
Here's the 0-2. Bounce fastball out about 5 feet in front of home plate. Jimenez will advance to third. Borges to second. Oh, nothing Pierzynski can do about that one.
Boy, just to get a part of your body on that split finger fastball, very difficult. Ball just made it to the dirt, almost hit the grass. Off the mask and away from him.
That's a pretty good job by Pierzynski, all things considered. Tried to square up and everything on it.
When you have your glove and your body in position, you keep your shoulders squared up, but that ball got him in the mask.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. 6-3 Angels lead it. Trout backs out now.
Looking to add on here. 2 outs. Dino Evil will not hesitate to send Borges in from second if there's a base hit in the outfield for sure.
There's the 1-2, way outside. Texas in the 7th will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Murphy shallow and left. Martin playing Trout the opposite way toward the alley at right center. And Cruz shallow and right. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Flips this one toward shallow right, but Kinsler's there, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. The Halos score 3 times, and after 6, the Angels lead at 6-3. Picking up 3 runs that were on the bases, giving the Angels a 6-3 lead here in the top of the 7th. Carl's Jr. Sports Update. The streaking Brewers, they've been playing much better baseball of late. They lead the Padres tonight 7-1. That game's at the bottom of the 7th, and of course pitchers have been going down quite a bit.
See a lot of guys with the elbow issues in Major League Baseball. We talked about Matt Harrison having back surgery. Of course, Jared Weaver trying to come back from his broken left elbow. A number of pitchers going on the disabled list early on this year.
Dodgers have had a lot of pitchers get hurt as well.
Elbow issue.
Yep. Andrew Romine's the new shortstop, taking over for Brendan Harris. So Andrew's in that 7th spot in the lineup. Elvis Andrus lines one off the glove of Jimenez and into left field. So the leadoff man is on board once again. A 3-hit night for Elvis Andrus. One of the guys that you did not expect to produce tonight anyway. Andrus, Murphy, Moreland, just based on average and the way things have been going for them, have certainly come up big. 3 hits for Andrus, 3 hits for Moreland, 2 hits for David Murphy. And it looks like that's going to be it for Joe Blanton as the leadoff man reaches here to start the 7th. The pitching change. It is 6-3 Angels. Angels baseball is brought to you by your SoCal Ram dealers. Visit ramtrucks.com today. And by 76, we're on the driver's side. Here at the Big A, top of the 7th inning, 6-3 Angels lead it. Michael Roth is in for Joe Blanton, who went 6 innings plus 1 batter. 91 pitches for the right-hander. He's responsible for Andrus over at first base. And not a bad start overall for Joe, considering the way things had started for him. Blanton allowed 2 runs on 7 hits through the first 3 innings and left the bases loaded in the 3rd, but much better through the other 3 innings. And Mike Scioscia going to Michael Roth here to spin Lance Berkman around, a hit from the right side. 3 games this year for Roth, a 1-0 record. And he'll have to deal with Andrus over at first base.
Part of the reason why you have him in there too is with a left-handed pitcher, more difficult to get a read if you're a base stealer with a left-handed pitcher on the mound.
Berkman tonight is 0 for 3. First one is in for a strike. Roth, 5 innings of work, 3 hits allowed, 7 punch outs, 1 walk.
He had a pretty good hack at that 0-1 pitch, fastball up. Both sides of the plate, Berkman very quick on a fastball. Certainly a guy from the right side, you have a better chance if you get a ground ball to your middle infield. You got a chance at a double play ball.
0-2 pitch, way outside. Dane De La Rosa continues to warm up in the Angels' pen. Andrus with the leadoff base hit, stands at first. The 1-2. This one looped out towards shallow right field. That is going to flare in for a base hit. So the first 2 have reached here to start the 7th. And that'll bring up the tying run at Adrian Beltre. Looks like Mike Scioscia is going to go out and bring in De La Rosa here. Beltre coming up. So we've got ourselves yet another pitching change. Second of the inning. We're still in the 7th, and it's still 6-3 Angels. Bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. AtBat delivers Angels baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. Text AtBat to 31826 or log on at angels.com for more details. Right-hander Dane De La Rosa comes on in relief here. Elvis Andrus, the base runner at second base. Berkman at first. 6-3 Angels. Adrian Beltre today, 2 for 3, a single, a double, and a fly ball to right. De La Rosa pitching in his 8th game. No record, a 2.25 ERA. 8 innings, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. The first breaking ball is downstairs. De La Rosa pitched yesterday with 1 inning and struck out 2. Everything else zeros.
Howie trying to keep Andrus close at second base. Although the focus for De La Rosa is on Beltre.
And it's 2 balls and no strikes. De La Rosa falls behind here. 3 balls and no strikes. AJ Pierzynski's on deck.
Only 2 breaking pitches out of the strike zone and pulled off on that fastball well outside.
Three and 1.
I saw in the game yesterday, De La Rosa spotted that fastball at 94, 95, right on that outside corner. You might as well try that exact same pitch.
Three 3-1. Breaking ball is in there. Full count. How about that?
Pretty gutsy. 3-1 count. If you're Beltre, there's no way you're thinking you're getting a breaking ball right on the corner.
Little jelly leg by Beltre. Kendrick and Iannetta talking things over with De La Rosa. Elvis Andrus had a base hit to start off the 7th inning off the glove of Jimenez. And then Berkman on a 1-2 pitch flared a single out to shallow right. Looking for that first out here in the 7th inning. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball. He walked him. They're loaded. A.J. Pierzynski will step up with the bases loaded here. Nobody out.
Boy, after being behind the count, 3 pitches out of the strike zone, fastball, corner, curveball in the outside corner, and then the discussion on the mound. Especially when you've got a youngster out there who's finally found his release point, you want to keep him going as quickly as possible, keep him in a rhythm. And last pitch to Beltre ended up being high.
Mike Butcher out to pay a visit. Jim Reynolds out to break up the rock pile.
On these spots, when you're on the mound, your best case scenario is a ground ball back to you. You can field it, throw it home and over to first base.
Scott Downs getting ready to start loosening down. Here's A.J. Pierzynski. Still looking for that first down here in the 7th. 6-3 Angels. Pierzynski's 0 for 3. A couple of ground downs and a fly ball to left.
Start him off with a changeup.
And now it's 2 balls and no strikes. Others are struggling with the command. Halos with 3 runs in the 4th, 3 in the 6th. Take the 6-3 lead. That's rolled up the line. That's a fair ball. They'll touch the bag for 1, and that's all they'll get. Now they're saying that the ball hit off of Pierzynski, but first base umpire James Hoy made the call. That was a fair ball. Now the question becomes if that ball actually hit A.J.
We've seen A.J. be able to sell swings in the past. And the discussion is going to be with John Hirschbeck, who has a better spot to be able to vision-wise as far as if that ball went off the foot.
Bob Davidson came in and they are in agreement that it is a foul ball off the foot.
Looks like it went off his knee,
huh?
A better view right here.
Oh, no,
no question. That ball's going in the dugout if it doesn't go off his knee.
How about the spin on that baseball? It was in the grass in foul territory and it came back over the bag. So 2 balls and a strike. Nobody out, base is still loaded. This one line to left, a base hit. Andrus will score. Being stopped at third is Berkman. 6-4 Angels. Pierzynski picks up his 9th run batted in.
Well, because you're behind in the count 2-1, you have to go right after him with a fastball. De La Rosa with a 4-seam fastball. Pierzynski just goes the other way because it was up, elevated enough. He can make good contact and gets it into left field for a base hit. Hit hard enough that doesn't allow 2 runs to score. Berkman unable to try to score on that one.
Now you're dealing with Nelson Cruz with the bases still loaded. 14 hits tonight for Texas. First one is outside. De La Rosa cannot find the release point of the breaking ball.
And behind in the count consistently since coming out of the bullpen here tonight. Although he's been very good for the Angels this year, tonight command is not there for him.
Be the last batter that De La Rosa faces, with Murphy and Moreland coming up. Downs ready to go in the bullpen. Now the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball is in there. 2-1.
Well, right now, if you're the Angels, you're willing to give up a run for a double play ball here.
Berkman at third, Beltre at second, Pierzynski at first. 2-1 pitch to Cruz. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Iannetta. Berkman would head back to third base. The runners do not advance.
Boy, a break right there. Didn't get a good read. Berkman at third.
It appears that ball was in the dirt. Just off the glove.
And the glove turned the wrong way at that point for Chris Iannetta. Fortunate enough, was able to bounce out of that catch position to be able to quickly get to the baseball.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. 6-4. Angels on top. 2-2. Bouncer towards short. Romine will feed Kendrick for 1. Relay on to first and not in time. 6-5. A little chopper.
And a hard takeout by Pierzynski at second base. Nelson Cruz can still run well. A late hard slide for Pierzynski allows Nelson Cruz to be able to beat that out and get an RBI out of it.
That's his 11th of the year. Scott Downs will be called upon here to try to keep this a 1-run lead for the Angels. The Angels nursing a 1-run lead. Downs pitching in his 9th game, an 0-2 mark, a 4.05 ERA, and he'll be facing a pinch hitter. Jeff Baker will hit for David Murphy.
Scott Downs, the guy that can get that ground ball double play, in which the Angels would love to have right now.
Murphy finishes off the night going 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and a couple of runs scored. Baker's played in 7 games for Texas, hitting .357. 1 double, 1 home run, 3 runs batted, and he's 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter so far this year. Adrian Beltre's the base runner at third, Nelson Cruz at first. You wonder if Ron Washington starts Cruz from first base at some point to avoid the potential double play. 2 runs in. Andrews was charged to Blanton. Berkman charged to Roth. First one's down and in. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that but now 6 batters that have all been started with the ball in the 7th inning?
That's the one thing that you want to do coming out of the bullpen is throw that first pitch strikes. It allows you to use and utilize your secondary pitches.
1-0 pitch. Little chopper up the third base line. Downs bobbles it. They're tied up at 6. And at that point, That ball's got to be let go. You're not going to get an out at first.
Discussion must be here for Mike Scioscia. Did Beltre interfere with downs coming down the line? Or was that ball foul?
I'm trying to figure out why Downs even attempted to pick up that baseball. You're not going to get an out. You're not going to get Beltre. You're certainly not going to get Baker at first base.
And that ball has a chance. We talked about how the baseball stays in play on bunts, but that ball had a chance of checking on that grass in the infield and going foul, especially when the spin was on the baseball.
Yeah, they're calling that an error on Downs. So tied at 6. Here's Moreland. Breaking ball is in for a strike. Second error on the pitcher tonight. Bland had one earlier in the game, back in the first. Moreland, a 3-hit game for him. A couple of singles, doubling with an RBI. 1-1. So Texas has erased the 3 spot that the Angels put on the board at the bottom of the 6th inning. De La Rosa just not sharp. Roth faced one batter and really made a pretty good pitch to Berkman. Flared it out to right field for a base hit. De La Rosa the walk, a single at a fielder's choice. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
You got to think in terms of Scott Downs could throw that exact same pitch, breaking pitch against Moreland.
Nelson Cruz over at second base. It's Baker at first. Baker getting credit for an RBI. Center fielder Martin is in the on-deck circle. Also a left-handed batter. Now the 1-2. Reaches for this one. Back to Downs. Feeds. Romine for one. Wheeler to first. In time. Inning ending double play. But that 3-run lead is erased. We will head to the bottom of the 7th. Tied at 6.
Hits out of the top part of the lineup for the Angels tonight, but that middle part with Hamilton with 3 for 3 with 3 singles, scored 2 runs. Howie Kendrick 2 for 2 with a double, 2 RBI. Chris Iannetta and Jimenez down at the bottom. Luis Jimenez has been solid once again. That big 2 RBI single for him. Iannetta, solid game himself.
3, 4, and 5 for the Angels here to face Tanner Scheppers, a Southern California product. Takes over for Jason Frazier. The first one's in for a strike. Scheppers a very good and live fastball.
Yeah, Scheppers could run that fastball 92 to 98 curve and a changeup.
Albert gets jammed. And it's an 0-2 count. Pujols 0 for 3 tonight. 2 strikeouts and a double play ball. Frazier went 1/3 of an inning. Gave up a hit. Issued a walk. Swing and a miss. Challenge him. There's out number 1. No messing around with Scheppers. He is a guy that just gets it and goes.
Got a live arm, no question about it. Gets good balance and through his pitches. He'll go upstairs like that one to Pujols to get a swing and miss. Although you throw that high fastball here to Trumbo, he can catch up to that pitch.
Trumbo's 0 for 2 with a walk. Little chopper towards short. Andrews bare hands it, throws to first. 2 outs.
That's some kind of play by Andrews. That's all he can do on that chopper. Used the bare hand. We talked about his strong throwing arm. Not only make the play, but all in one motion throws that Trumbo at first.
Two up and 2 down here in the 7th. Josh Hamilton, the batter. Texas overshifting. 3-hit game for Hamilton. As it misses at a breaking ball.
Well, he was guessing fastball first pitch. I mean, why would you not against Scheppers? Instead, got a slider.
Scheppers, 26 years of age. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Scheppers, a supplemental first-round pick in 09 out of Fresno State. That is hit toward the alley in right center field. It's a 4-hit game for Hamilton. Martin lays back on that ball. Almost misplays that ball into an extra base hit. Hamilton is on board with a 2-out knock.
Boy, that's one of those times as a pitcher you make a mistake. You throw a fastball by a hitter, and then you come back and speed up his bat with a slider, even though it was not a bad one, but a slider nonetheless. It allows Hamilton to get the good part of the bat on it and hit it to right center field for a 4-hit game.
First of the season for Hamilton, 16th of his career. Howie Kendrick will step up. Howie's been on base 3 times tonight. A walk, a 2 RBI double, and a single. This one lined to Kinsler. The inning comes to an end. We're through 7 here at the Big A, and we are tied at 6. Texas 8, for the Angels. Scott Downs still in the ball game. He'll be facing 9-1-2 for the Rangers. As we go back to our Twitter poll question of the night, actually of the series, and it's brought to you by AT&T, who is the best American League defensive third baseman. Evan Longoria, 64% of the votes. See the hashtags there. We're going to ask the question again tomorrow as well as on Wednesday, and we'll give you the overall totals on Wednesday night.
Pretty surprising. Longoria, though, very good at third base himself. Beltre, I think one of the best I've ever seen as far as coming in on bunts or slow rollers. Strong throwing arm from third base.
Accurate throwing arm. A little surprised with that. Leonys Martin, the center fielder, steps in. He's 1 for 3. RBI single in the second. Mena is playing in on the grass. That's a breaking ball that just about caught the inside part of the strike zone.
Well, unless that broke around the plate, that looked like it got the inside corner. More likely the only batter that Downs will face here in this inning.
Michael Kahn was up and warming for the Angels. 2 balls and no strikes. Martin, Kinsler, and Andrews. Lefty, righty, righty. 2-0 pitch. 2-1. Joe Blanton got the start, went 6 innings plus 1 batter, gave up 12 hits. 3 runs, all earned. Check that. 4 runs. 4 earned. 3-1. Roth charged with a run. De La Rosa charged with a run.
And it's a batter that Scott Downs has to get. Martin with good speed. More than likely Mike Scioscia go to the bullpen, bring a right-handed pitcher with that speed at first.
The 3-1 pitch. Full count. Michael Kahn ready to go. Three-2. Dodge foul. Try to tie him up with that fastball in.
That's one thing Downs can do. He can pitch inside very effectively against a left-handed batter. Now with that fastball in, you have that outer part of the plate if you want to throw a breaking ball now.
Another payoff pitch on the way. Breaking ball, tap foul at the plate. Reset and do it again. So you want to come inside with the fastball.
These last 2 pitches utilizing both sides of the plate. They're break a ball away, which was a good one from Downs. He comes inside with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, and Martin's able to still foul that one off.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Martin. There's out number 1.
Well, that's a great pitch. Backed it up with another 89-mile-an-hour fastball underneath the hands of Martin to get a swing and miss. Boy, great location. Tied him up. Good late action.
Ian Kinsler, the batter, the second baseman tonight, 1 for 4, singled and scored in the first inning. Ground ball towards short. Andrew Romine to his left has it. 2 down.
And that great range that Romine has at that shortstop position made that look easy. Getting Kinsler out so important. He has a lot of success, especially with the power swing against the Angels throughout his career.
So 2 outs, bases clear. Elvis Andrus coming up. The Halos in the bottom of the 8th inning will have Romine, Ionnet, and Jimenez. Tanner Scheppers would imagine would come back out for the 8th. 3 for 4 tonight is the Rangers shortstop Elvis Andrus. 3 singles and a run scored. Shoots this one sharply. Backhanded knockdown by Howie. Scott Downs with a 1-2-3-8. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 6.
Scott Downs did a tremendous job out of the bullpen for Mike Scioscia, going inning and 2/3. It's another quick ground ball out. Gets that punch out of Martino. Very good at bat there for Martine, but Downs won that battle.
J.B. Shuck pinch hitting for Andrew Romine to lead things off here in the 8th inning. Ionnet and Jimenez to follow. Tommy Field will come out and play shortstop in the 9th. Shuck fouls off the first offering.
Anytime you're coming off the bench, that's what you're looking for. First pitch fastball, especially when you have a guy with a fastball like Shepard, is let it go. Shuck fouled that one straight back.
JB 4 for 10 as a member of the Angels. 2 for 4 as a pinch hitter. Beltre playing in at third base. Shepard's working his 2nd inning of work. Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, Shepard's thrown 11 pitches, only 1 out of the strike zone so far.
Breaking pitch out to shallow left center field. Martine is there. 1 away. So up steps Chris Ionnet, the catcher. Chris is 1 for 2. A couple of runs batted in and a sac fly.
Boy, that fastball had some sink action at 97.
Little dribbler over to third. Beltre's got it. 2 outs. Shepard broke in with Texas last year, pitching in 39 games, had a 1-1 mark, a 4.45 ERA.
It's a pretty interesting matchup. Jimenez loves the fastball, and Shepard has a great one.
Luis is 1 for 3. 2 RBI single in the 6th inning, picking up his first 2 big league RBIs. 1-0. Beltre guarding the line at third. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, this is going to be a fun swing right here.
Ground ball foul.
Well, he was ready for that fastball, but that's sinking action on the 96 from Shepard. Ran in on his hands, even though Jimenez was going to make sure he had a good pitch to try to drive and at least get an extra base hit out of it. That's your goal here with 2 outs. If you're Jimenez, somehow, some way, extra base hit.
Broken bat, bouncer to third base. Beltre's got it. Shepard has himself a 1-2, 3/8. We'll head to the 9th, still tied at 6.
Taking the bat, tied at 6. Now let's take a look at our Head and Shoulders. The whip. Boy, it was a tough at bat for Martin against Scott Downs, starting off with a breaker ball. Out of the strike zone, back to back, then fastball catching the corner. Then a fastball just off the outside part of the plate. Paints the corner, making it 3-2, then a tough couple of foul balls by Martin before he's able to sneak it, some cheese on the inside corner to get the swing and the miss on the whip for Scott Downs. 9-pitch at bat.
Yeah, Ernesto Frieri takes over here in the 9th inning. Inning at 2/3 for Scott Downs. 1 strikeout, everything else zeros. Frieri comes on. He had a prolonged 9th inning last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say, against the Tigers. Tommy Field is the new shortstop for the Angels. Called up a couple of games ago. Berkman, Beltre, and Pierzynski for Texas here in the 9th. Berkman tonight 1 for 4. Singleton scored in the 7th inning. Back and forth game. Texas taking a 2-0 lead early. Halos took a 3-2 lead in the 4th inning. Made it 6-3 in the 6th. Drifted down a left field line. Mike Trout moving over. 1 out.
A good fastball early on for Ernesto. Mike Trout's able to track down that fly ball to left field.
Texas tying things up at the top of the 7th, sending 7 men to the plate. Here's Beltre with 1 out. 1-0.
In back-to-back games, Ernesto's in on a game with the scorers tied to try to maintain that tie score, even though most times closers come in to protect the lead.
Beltre hits a towering shot to left field. Mike Trout back at the warning track. Makes the catch. 2 outs.
Just enough off the end of the bat to keep that in the ballpark. See the reaction from Beltre going back to the dugout. Just caught it off the end of the bat. He knew he missed it. Still back to the warning track. That's how strong Beltre is.
A.J. Pierzynski comes up with 2 outs. Nobody on base. 1 for 4 tonight. RBI single in the 7th. 6-6 here in the 9th. Pierzynski drives one out to deep right center field. Hamilton is back at the wall, and Texas is going to have the lead. 7-6 Rangers. Pierzynski with his 4th home run of the season.
William Pierzynski, looking as usual for first pitch fastball, was geared up for it. And he jumped on that fastball. Back-to-back big at-bats for the Rangers. Fastball up. 4-seam fastball. Pierzynski, not your typical left-handed batter. He likes fastballs and pitches up in the strike zone.
There's Nelson Cruz. Breaking ball in for a strike. Cruz is 0 for 3. Picked up an RBI on a fielder's choice in the 7th inning. Check swing bouncer back to the mound. Frieri will throw out Cruz. We will head to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Angels will have the top of the order coming up. Borges, Trout, and Pujols down 7-6. Fourth of the year, putting the Rangers on top here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And he's catching a new pitcher. It's their closer, Joe Nathan, on in relief. Pitching in his 8th game, a 1.42 ERA, and the Angels will have the top of their order coming up.
And Nathan's fastball still pretty good at 91 to 96. Commands that fastball well to both sides of the plate. Plus slider, good changeup, and occasional curveball too for Joe Nathan.
Borges, Trout, and Pujols. Craig Gentry takes over in center field for Martin. Martin is in left field. Jeff Baker no longer in the game. A lot of coverage in the outfield with Gentry in center, Martin in left, Cruz in right. Peter Borges is 0 for 2. Fly ball to center. Ground ball to short, and he's drawn a couple of walks. 7-6 Texas here in the ninth. Corner infielders in, Beltre and Moreland. Nathan delivers a strike. 8th game for Nathan. 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits allowed, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. With a bouncer foul up the third base line and a 0-2 count.
One thing you see a little bit more out of since coming back from surgery on the elbow for Joe Nathan, more and more breaking pitches. Still has a good fastball, but more trust in his slider and his changeup.
This is lined toward left center field. Leadoff man is on board as Martin gets the baseball back in. Borges stops at first.
Another one of those breaking pitches is out over the strike zone with an 0-2 count. A chance to expand, did not do so, and Borges made him pay for it. 3rd time on base today for Borges. A couple walks and a base hit. 0-2 slider to spinning out over the middle part of the plate, and Borges made him pay. Good compact swing. Base hit for Borges. Now speed at the plate and at first base.
A bit of a 2-strike approach by Peter. Here's Trout. Mike's 0 for 3 tonight. Did draw a walk in the 3rd inning. Beltre in over at third base. 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield very deep now for Texas. Gentry a couple of steps to the alley at right center field. You see him at the top of your screen. Cruz deep and right.
Well, we're not too far away from the warning track.
Nope. Quick throw to first. Borges back easily.
For a closer, Joe Nathan does have a quick move. He utilizes a slide step. He's not the prototypical closer where you can easily steal a base against him.
Here's the 1-0. In the air to right, playable for Cruz. Just got in enough on the hands. Borges wants to tag, but Cruz has got a terrific arm. 1 out.
Yeah, especially when Nelson Cruz can get himself in a throwing position. He's very difficult to take an extra base against. When he moves laterally to right or left, yes, you can take a shot.
Now the outfield will remain deep, but swing around the other way with Albert Pujols up. Albert 0 for 4. It's been a tough night for him. 3 strikeouts. Also rolled into a double play ball. Beltre guarding the line at third base. Kinsler shading Pujols toward the middle. One and out.
And the way the defense is set up for the Rangers, it'd be very difficult, even with the speed of Peter Borges, to score if Albert can get a shot into the outfield. He's got good numbers against Nathan, though, 3 for 8, including a home run.
Quick throw to first.
Borges was leaning. Said Nathan's got a quick move. Good footwork for him.
Two balls and no strikes. Mark Trumbo's on deck. Texas tied it at 6 with 3 runs in the 7th. Took the lead in the 9th on the Brzezinski home run. Borges leading off the spot on the 9th with the base hit. Trout with a fly ball to right. 1 out. 2-0 pitch. Slider on the corner. And Albert doesn't like it. 2-1.
Well, that's a tough pitch. And if you're Albert Pujols, you got to let that one go regardless. And it's just off the outside corner. Gutsy pitch for Nathan.
Quick throw to first, and again Peter back in there, this time standing up. Little pop up to second base. Kinsler's got it. 2 outs. The Halos down to the last out as Mark Trumbo will come to the plate.
He did it yesterday. Bottom of the 13th, 3-1 changeup. Boy, he crushed that ball out to left field. 4th career walk-off home run.
Trumbo's 0 for 3 tonight. Walked and scored in the 4th. There's a strike with a slider. Borges still not going anywhere at first base. Has not even broken towards second.
I think at this point, with
Trumbo
Trumbo up, you got to let him try to win the game here with a swing. He's got that type of power. Quick footwork once again, but easily getting back Borges. Trumbo could hit one down the left field line, even if it stays in the yard. He's got a chance to score. Borges and Martin well off the line.
The 0-1. 0-2. Trumbo can't believe it.
A 2-seam fastball, throw it inside, off the plate once again, but getting the call. See if he can hang another 0-2 slider here. Get it to Borges.
Oh, 2 count with 2 outs. Tying run at first. Swing and a miss, and the Rangers take game 1 of this 3-game set by the final of 7-6.
Boy, what a battle it was. A.J. Brzezinski came through with a couple big hits. 1 in the 7th, in the solo shot in the 9th inning. Joe Nathan getting his 6th save in 6 opportunities, going fastball. Went away from the slider, went upstairs with the fastball, and got a swing and miss. Trumbo tried to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Able to make contact. Brzezinski again coming through for the Texas Rangers. Well played game. 15-hit attack for the Rangers. They win 7-6. Ernesto Frieri takes the loss. Sheppers picks up the W for the Rangers. And Angels Live is presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. It's coming up next. Victor Rojas and Tim Salmon will break it down, and Jose Mota will get the interviews. Tough game for the Angels, but a tough one against the Rangers. It's another one once again, battle to the end.